Hey everyone, my name is Amanda Massi and welcome to my YouTube channel, Massi Styles. On today's episode, I want to explain what I do. A lot of people, when they're new to working with a stylist, ask me, what is a stylist? What does a stylist do? So I want to take a minute and explain what I do for work and also explain the difference between a personal stylist and a celebrity stylist. And then for the skincare portion of the episode, let's break down the PRP facial, which is also known as the vampire facial. But first and foremost, like we do with all of my episodes, let's talk about my outfit of the day. We're gonna start from the feet up. I am wearing these amazing platform Christian Louboutin heels, which are very, very comfortable. I know they look uncomfortable because they are sky freaking high, but I find platforms to be the most comfortable shoes that I wear and own. These zebra printed jeans I purchased on Revolve, and my silk, really fun printed top is by Roberto Cavalli. So you can see that I'm mixing a very classic, almost like Renaissance, a little gaudy print with zebra print denim, and I'm mixing sort of silks and denims together. So I'm not just playing with texture, but of course I'm playing with pattern. So I hope this outfit inspires you for when you want to put your outfits together and you're mixing color, print, pattern, and texture. All right. Let's get into it. What is a stylist? Well, I shop for a living. That's the easiest way to put it. In a more detailed explanation, essentially I help my clients figure out what their signature style is. It's really important that I start out with new clients with a closet consultation, because the closet consultation tells me the truth of where they're at, where they want to go, and my client's sizing. Some stylists like to provide a questionnaire, but I don't really like doing that for a multitude of reasons. One, who likes homework? Anyone like homework? I still don't like homework, and I haven't done homework in years. So why am I gonna give my clients who are CEOs, titan of industry, tech movers and shakers in the world, why am I gonna give them more work to do after their 10 to 12 hour workday? They're not gonna wanna do it. Also too, after I review the questionnaire, there's still a lot of areas that are a little bit vague and we're not on the same creative page. My blue can be different than your blue. Maybe I'm talking about cobalt blue, but in reality, the client is talking about navy blue. And it's really important that we're all on the same creative page. So I personally do not do style questionnaires. I start with every new client with a closet consultation to go through and edit their wardrobe and then try to figure out what their signature style is by putting together outfits with the clothing that already exists in their closet. This way I can read their nonverbal communication and figure out, okay, this is where they're happy, this is where it's a hard no, and then here's that wiggle room gold area where I can show them things that they'll be receptive to and be like, oh my gosh, I never would have picked this out for myself, but I love it, which is literal music to my ears. Once I'm in the closet and I figure out their signature style, that's when I start to do the shopping. And personal stylists normally source clothing on consignment. Essentially, we don't shop like you shop. We are not a retail store. We don't function like a retail store. Every retailer has different terms and policies for doing pools on consignment. And notice I'm using the word pool and not purchase. I'm physically taking inventory out of their store, and I pretty much have it for about 24 to 48 hours. Some big retail stores like Saks Fifth Avenue, I can have inventory out for an entire week. But you know what? The way to have good relationships as a stylist is give the clothes back as soon as possible. So yes, my job is pretty last minute. Even if a client books me a month in advance, I'm probably not gonna start working on pulling clothing until about 3 to 4 days prior to the appointment. Now, that is the circumstance if you're strictly doing retail. I also offer custom, I do vintage, I do fine jewelry, I do very rare, hard to find watches. So more specialty items, yes, I will get started on earlier. Also too, what personal stylists like myself provide is full access to do pre-orders for runway collections. Now you're watching this video in October. September and February are fashion months. That's when every major city, New York, London, Milan, and Paris, will show their collections for the upcoming season. Now, certain looks don't make it to the retail stores. So pre-orders allow my clientele to choose any look on the runway and it will be made just for them. That is such a beautiful, beautiful thing. I get really, really excited when I have clients that are ready to do pre-orders because getting one of one off the runway and getting a piece that will never be commercially made, I don't know, like to me, that's just having a piece of almost art history because clothing really does tell us our history and our culture and what we're going through right now. And it's like you're keeping that moment in time forever in the form of clothing. That was more of a me thing to express than I think most of my clients really appreciate, but I really love pre-orders for runway collections. Some other things that a personal stylist will do is I will handle alterations and also shoe adjustments. I understand that it's very time consuming and also risky to find a tailor or a seamstress that's going to treat your investment wardrobe with the utmost care and make the appropriate alterations correctly. And also finding a shoe cobbler that is able to adjust a shoe without overstretching it or damaging the leather or getting the right color soles if you have Christian Louboutin like myself. You wanna have red bottom soles, you don't want a piece of beige in there. It can get a little messy. So the biggest thing with a personal stylist, especially when you work with me, is figuring out your signature style by doing a closet consultation. After that, I'm the one doing the shopping for you. You just go about your life. I bring everything back to your home for an in-house fitting, and then I handle alterations. So really, a stylist brings style to your home at the convenience of your schedule so that you avoid having to do an errand or chore of running around to the several different retailers that you may or may not like and have to deal with trying things on, the sales associate, the parking, and there's so many different variables that go into it. So I bring everything to you instead of you running around crazy. So that's kind of in a nutshell what a personal stylist does. It's very client focused and it's very individualistic. Now, those same principles being individualistic and client focused, that can be translated to what a celebrity stylist does. Now, I consider myself 50-50. I have one foot in the private client pool and I have one foot in the celebrity styling pool. My main body of work for my celebrity clients are music artists and fashion editorials, and I sprinkle in a little bit of red carpet. I personally love red carpet and I'm always working to get more red carpet clients because I love a moment. So going off that notion of a moment, that is really the key pillar of what a celebrity stylist aims to achieve, the moment. They want to show up on, top best dressed for a red carpet, or, oh, look who wore this at this fashion show, or a celebrity stylist will deal with a press tour. If an actor or an actress has a movie coming out, they do a whole press junket, so they'll style for that entire press junket. There's also, of course, music videos, there's editorials, there's a full run for an album release, there's press photos just in general to have. So really, there's so many different things that a celebrity stylist does, depending on the type of celebrity that stylist is working with and what their schedule is. But the core is having a consistent image that speaks to who that person is, and also creating iconic, one-of-a-kind moments by really digging deep and having a lot of fashion history knowledge previously so that you can pull from the archives and find that perfect outfit for your celebrity client. So staying on top of runway shows, staying on top of trends, that really does bounce back and forth between a personal stylist and a celebrity stylist, but really is a big anchor for a celebrity stylist to stay on top of those runway shows. I have an archive from 1995 up until today, and I sit down and I screenshot all of my favorite looks. I organize them, categorize them. I put them in different albums for the clients that I have, clients that I want to have, because when I get a call for a celebrity, guess what? They want me to do the work today, yesterday, which means I only have a couple days to get everything done, and there's not enough time to research and get the work done and get everything done on time. So you always need to be on ready and really have a lot of preparation prior to even getting that phone call to style the celebrity. You'll find too that celebrity stylists, they don't charge by the hour because again, we're prepping way before we even know a celebrity client even wants us. You're paying for their experience, their expertise, and their connections in the fashion industry. Whereas a personal stylist normally do pay by the hour. I like to hear my clients out and then be like, hey, it's gonna take X amount of hours, this is what I charge, call it a day. Celebrity stylists, normally the budget comes from the talent. They tell you what they want and then you say yes or no, you can do it. Or with the A-list celebrity stylists out there, they have their rate, which God bless them. They worked hard enough to be like, this is my rate, take it or leave it. For me, for example, I like to hear the client out and be honest with them if I can deliver in the budget that they assigned to the project. So I hope that breaks down the differences between a personal stylist and a celebrity stylist. Like I mentioned, I'm split 50-50 with my work between the two, and I really love it that way. So I hope this video clarified what I do for a living, which is personal styling and celebrity styling, and really figuring out what your signature style is as a personal stylist and creating a moment as a celebrity stylist. If you're curious about working with a stylist, just comment below and let me know what your style question is, or you can send me a DM on my Instagram at @StyleMeMassi, and we can schedule a complimentary style consultation and figure out what your signature style is to achieve your style needs and goals. Well, that wraps up the style portion of the video. Now let's move on to the beauty portion and talk about the PRP Vampire Facial. The PRP Facial, also known as the Vampire Facial. Now, PRP stands for platelet-rich plasma. This is a facial treatment that I suggest you do at a medical esthetician or a plastic surgeon's office with a nurse practitioner because you're using needles and using blood, and I just feel like those two components, you should not be going to a med spa. So with that little disclaimer, I want to move on and describe what a PRP facial is. Essentially, you're using your own blood to intentionally wound your skin to promote increased healing and more collagen to that area. This anti-aging treatment has been around for quite some time, and it truly is pretty safe for a wide range of different types of skin types. The main benefit of a PRP facial is that it helps your skin to rejuvenate by creating more collagen and growth factor proteins. For this facial, you're using your own blood to pull out the different plasmas with the high concentration of platelets. Platelets help to clot your blood and release growth factors that help to bring out proteins to promote healing. Essentially, you're intentionally wounding your skin to tell your system, hey, there's an injury here. So we need these reparative cells to flood the injured area so that we can heal that area faster and bring more collagen to start to be produced. So you're really tricking your body into an injury that it doesn't have in order to promote more collagen growth and growth factor proteins to your face. Now, athletes have been using this for many, many years when they have injuries. So now the beauty industry took that healing trick and now are using it to make your face fuller, reduce fine lines, make your under eye circles a little bit less noticeable. So at the end of the day, you're tricking your body into having an injury when you really don't, in order to bring more collagen and growth factor proteins to that injured area. I've had a couple PRP facials before, and so I'm gonna walk you through the different steps of the experience so you know what to expect if you choose to try out this facial. It's about a 2-hour appointment because the first hour your face is just gonna get numb. You're gonna put a lot of white numbing cream on your face because trust, this is not something you truly want to feel. It's a little bit painful, but the numbing cream truly helps. So while your face is being numbed by the numbing cream, a nurse is going to take a vial of your blood and then put it in a centrifuge. This centrifuge is going to spin the blood so that the plasma platelets are separated from the white and the red blood cells. While it's in this little mechanism spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, it also is increasing the amount of platelets found in that blood sample more than what naturally occurs in your human body. Now, once that's finished, you essentially have a very concentrated vial of blood that is pretty much full of simply platelet plasma. There are 3 different ways that you can apply this platelet plasma to your skin. You can simply rub it on your skin, which looks a little scary because it's blood, hence the name, the vampire facial. Microneedling, which is a method that I prefer, creates micro channels through your dermis level so that the plasma can penetrate deep below the epidermis level so that you're really getting true long-term results because they're able to pierce the skin so they can go deeper through your skin. The last is an injection. I haven't personally tried out directly injecting the plasma into my skin. I figured it's kind of similar to microneedling, but just on like a deeper level. But those are 3 ways that you can apply the plasma to your skin. Once the plasma has been injected, your body is going to naturally go through a 3-step process. The first is inflammation, the second is proliferation, and the last is remodeling. So during the first phase, which is the inflammation phase, this is where you are tricking your body into thinking that there is truly an injury. Now, when this happens, you're gonna have controlled inflammation because there's going to be a surge of macrophage cells that go to the area to help clean up damaged cells. Now again, you really don't have an injury, but your face, your system thinks you have an injury. So it's flooding these macrophage cells to that area, which increases blood flow, hence the controlled inflammation. The next phase is the proliferation phase, which really takes about 1 to 2 months to complete. So it is kind of a long-term process for your skin to start healing and really seeing the benefits of the PRP facial. Now in this phase, the cells that are most important are the fibroblasts. Fibroblasts will go around the injured area and produce, dun, 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 collagen proteins, which is what we want. We want a nice plump, firm, tight face. And how do you get that? Through collagen production. So it's gonna take 1 to 3 months to see a true difference. That's because it takes time for the collagen proteins to mature, which is a good thing because this facial isn't just a one-stop shop, okay, oh, we have a special event and then we're done. You're gonna see long-term results from this because it takes time for the collagen proteins to mature. Now in the last phase, which is called the remodeling phase, this is where the fortified tissue continues to grow and mature over 1 to 3 years, which means that the injection site gradually improves up to 3 years after the treatment. Now, how often should you do a PRP facial? My medical esthetician recommended 3 times, once a month, and then take a break, wait a year, see how your face is reacting. I like this for a multitude of reasons. 1, this is not a cheap treatment. It definitely is an investment, but it's certainly a lot cheaper and way less invasive than doing a facelift or doing filler or anything like that. So personally, I think the investment is worth it because you're using your own blood to rejuvenate your face and bring out a more youthful glow instead of filling your face with a bunch of fillers or, you know, goodness, doing a whole facelift, which I'm sure one day I'll get a facelift, but I'm just not ready yet. Not ready yet. And with this PRP facial, you do it once a year or even once every 2 years. So again, the investment is just for those 3 months, and then you should see results for up to 3 years. The main benefits are reducing wrinkles, under eye circles, tightening your skin, plumping your skin, and the biggest one of all, bringing more collagen to your face. That's really the key here, is intentionally wounding your skin to trick your system so that it floods that area with blood. Blood promotes collagen, collagen makes your face plumper, and that's kind of the stream of consciousness when it comes to a PRP facial. I really enjoyed the results. I'm still seeing the results even a year and a half after my treatment. But again, I did my due diligence, so please do yours as well. Go to a dermatologist, go to a plastic surgeon, go to a medical esthetician, but please, please, please do not go to a med spa. You really want to do your research on who a specialist is and go to a licensed doctor, a licensed professional. So that is what I wanted to share with you today, is the PRP Vampire Facial, and also explain to you what a personal stylist is and the difference between a personal stylist and a celebrity stylist. So I hope you enjoyed watching. If you decide to do the PRP facial or you're interested in working with me as a client, please comment below. I'd love to hear about your style questions and get to know you and figure out your signature style. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.